thank you. Excellent work, wherever you are. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Elmer Dixon, co-founder of the
All power to the people. And free Palestine. Marshall always gives me a limit. And it's true. Y'all got some things to talk about. I just want to give you a couple of little nuggets to remember, and also about the importance of this film. Because the lies of the Black Panther Party persist. And this is deliberate to keep, this is cool, deliberate to keep people from knowing the truth. But I must say that seeing these other films is very inspiring because, Fred Hampton, one of our murdered comrades in Chicago, said you can kill a revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution.
right.
And the women that organized that prison program, see, that's a direct offshoot of the Black Panther Party. The Black Prisoners Caucus came about because of members of the Black Panther Party in Walla Walla prison. And so the legacy of the Black Panther Party is still alive today. They cannot kill this revolutionary thought. They cannot kill our fervor to stand up against injustice. And so we organized, a lot of people misunderstand, thinking that we were a social service agency. We were not. We were a revolutionary body, with our base that was founded on the Declaration of Independence that said it's our right of the people to abolish government when it no longer serves the needs of the people. That's not verbatim. Look it up in the Declaration of Independence. It says that. And so we were standing on that foundation. We were about changing the status quo. And we gave our lives in order to do so. We stood on the front line. And Fred Hampton, Mark Clark, Bunchy Carter, and John Huggins were murdered because they had created in their respective cities, in LA and in Chicago, a truce between the major gangs that were warring. And J. Edgar Hoover knew this, and he knew that he needed to eliminate them and murder them. And so they were murdered. And what followed was what is happening in the streets still to this day. There was a member of the Crips, one of the founders of the Crips, who was being interviewed from prison in a documentary in the 1980s, said that when the Panther leadership was eliminated in Southern California, the gang splintered. And when the gang splintered, they had no leadership, he said. Bunchy Carter had been the head of one of the largest gangs in Southern California, the Slossons. And J. Edgar Hoover was afraid to death that he was going to organize them 5,000 members strong into a revolutionary force. And so when they splintered, this is a scene that was replicated in major Black cities across the country. In Watts, there's a rail line that runs through Watts. And he said one night the cars were stopped on the tracks, which rarely happened. And when the brothers and sisters went into, get them a couch or a TV set, and they opened the doors, and he said all the weapons that you could ever imagine were inside this boxcar. And in the next set of boxcars were all the ammunition. And while this was happening, they were flooding the Black community with drugs, the Black and brown community with drugs, and they started and launched the gang wars. So when these young 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds, and they get caught up into this gang warfare, it was deliberate to wipe out a generation of Black and brown kids. It was deliberate. And so don't be fooled that this was just, you think Black kids just became gangbangers because they didn't have nothing to do?
Tell it.
No, this is a deliberate act, and it's still affecting our communities today. And so to see that there are these programs that are getting into the prisons, and trying to make a difference and create rehabilitation. See, it was the Black Panther Party that started rehabilitation in the prisons. See, we don't know this truth. See, when we went to all 5 prisons in the state with our free busing to prisons program. I took busloads of kids up the Purdy every other Sunday. We went to Walla Walla, we went to Monroe, we went to Shelton. And in Monroe, we took 2-3 busloads of UW students on Monday night into the prison and launched a tutoring program designed to help the inmates get a GED so when they got out of prison, they'd have something to land on. That was instituted by the Black Panther Party. So there are a lot of things that we impacted. This film will be one way that you can learn about it. We are in the process of opening an interpretive center, museum, and research center in Seattle. We in fact, we had a ribbon cutting ceremony for the demonstration site at the Metropole Building in downtown Seattle. We will be open in September. That's the demonstration site. We're going to put one in the CD. And it'll be connected to legacy sites across the CD, one of which is our mother's home. She just passed away in December at 99 and 3/4. She was 3 months shy of her 100th birthday. Wow. And she was a hell of a woman. Her and my dad were hell of parents. But we want to make sure that this legacy is not forgotten, because it's young people that will carry on and strive and continue to struggle. And I think I'm going to leave with this one thing. You know, I want people to succeed. You know, the sisters that were doing their fashion, you know, all these things, these beautiful things that we saw, it's important. Don't take your eye off the jackal. Don't take your eye off the jackal. He's already said he wants to deport citizens. Who do you think he's going to come after first? Make no mistake. If he's able to do it, he'll do it.
Yeah, Agent Orange, yeah.
That brother that got out of prison and spent